Howdy. My name is Sierra. Welcome back. This is Comics Inc., which is my small business name and the name that I assign to all of my social media handles. I am a small business that focuses on prints, on buttons, stickers, and I actually have started making sticky note pads. I don't have any of them with me upstairs. They're all packed up and ready to go because this vlog is a preparation for DreamHack Atlanta. I'm so excited. I'm still not sure how I got into that, but I'm not going to question it. I'm very excited about it. Even though things have been kind of weird. Like, I feel like the universe is telling me not to do this, so I'm really hoping it's not going to be a bad thing. We've had that really bad chemical fire that's near Atlanta and it's been affecting the air quality a little bit there from what I hear. We just got through Hurricane Helene. I've never actually heard it pronounced because I've been following it through text instead of video. So we're not having a good time down here. That being said, I'm hoping we'll have a little bit of a break and that this will be an uneventful but lucrative weekend. Yeah. Sorry, it's been a lot. Anyway, the last vlog that I posted was for Azalea CityCon, which is a much smaller affair than DreamHack Atlanta. I'm sure you guys have at least heard of DreamHack, whereas no one's going to be hearing about Azalea City. Unless you live like in the Mobile, Pensacola area. So DreamHack, if you don't know what it is, it's largely a gaming convention and like not specifically general gaming, but like competitive, what's the word I'm looking for? It's stuff like Valorant, stuff like Counter-Strike. That sort of gaming. But I am kind of hoping that they will be into a lot of the other kind of gaming too, because I have a lot of Final Fantasy and other video game art, because I really do like video games. I'm just not very good at the competitive gaming thing. But I have been introduced to Valorant pretty recently, and I've really been into the character designs. I wanted to do a lot more Valorant agent art before this, but I just kind of didn't have a chance to. So I only have a Killjoy print available. But whatever. So yeah, there's not going to be too much preparation focus for this vlog. At least I don't intend there to be. I'm going to try to provide more like in-convention footage and hope that I don't chicken out, because talking in front of other people to myself, to my phone, is a little embarrassing still. I haven't gotten past that self-consciousness yet. I got a little bit better about it the last con, so maybe I'll be a little bit less. We've designed exclusive merch specifically for DreamHack. This is mine. Hopefully focused. And I've also did a coloring page. I provided line art for one of my Bayonetta pieces. Hopefully that's not going to be a little bit too complicated of a coloring page. I had an Amy Rose art that I just did that I kind of wish I would have submitted instead, since it's a little bit simpler to color. But alas, maybe someone will be up to the challenge of the Bayonetta piece. That's a lot of talking. Yeah, so in the meantime, I'm just going to kind of finish up on some stickers, finish up on some buttons, and then maybe do a few more prints, since I did refill my ink recently and I have plenty of paper. I don't really know what all to bring, how to prepare for something like this. I feel like I haven't prepared for MegaCon, but I also don't feel like MegaCon was my audience, and things were a little bit different. I've changed some setup, I've changed a lot of how I do my merchandise now, so I'm really hoping that maybe this will turn out better for me. I don't want to be doomy and gloomy about it. I really enjoy doing this stuff. I do enjoy going to conventions. I just feel disappointed and kind of rejected sometimes if I don't perform very well. But I mean, I feel like that's kind of a normal reaction to that sort of thing. You're putting yourself out there, you're putting pieces of yourself out there. We're driving there. I think I'm pretty much ready. I just packed my clothes and stuff. But we're not going to worry about that. Anyway, I will see y'all at the convention. In the meantime, we'll have a little bit of preparation footage and that'll be that.
was poster paint, white shoe polish, and whiteout, the type of whiteout that you use for corrector.
Okay, now say hi.
Surveillance images from the drugstore showed without question.
Good morning. It is Friday morning. It is 6:30. We're probably gonna leave around like maybe 7:30. But we got everything set up last night. I didn't actually get any footage because we were super crunched for time. I am whispering because my husband is still asleep, but hopefully I'll be able to get some good footage for today, and I will show my booth as it is set up. Anyway, bye. Still a little early. I wish this camera would stop autofocusing. There we are. Here's the back of the booth situation. It's not as organized as everybody else's. Everything's just kind of crammed into here, and I'll pull it out when it's time. It is 3:30. We've got like 2.5 hours left. I haven't really had time to record, not because it's been busy, just every time I pick up the camera, people come by and I get cold feet. Did I show the badge? This is the badge. It's been pretty slow. Maybe tomorrow will be better. Good morning! Oh, that's a scary face. It is day 2!
Buy stuff.
Good morning, hello. I am sweaty and frizzy. This is day 2. I hope it's going to be a good one. Yesterday was really, really slow. Like, I don't think I even made 70. It was bad. Hoping today being Saturday means things will pick up a little bit and that people will actually come by Artist Alley. That would be fantastic. Hi. All right. I'll check in a little bit. Morning. Today is day 3, the final day of DreamHack Atlanta. We've opened up about an hour ago, but really technically the expo hall doesn't open until now. So just ready for the dawn of the 3rd day, I guess. After we're done here, we're breaking down the table, packing up the car, and we are heading back to Pensacola. We checked out of the hotel already, so we're done, we're gone. Here's hoping that today's good. We'll check in a little bit. It is October 16th. We're home, obviously. I've had a little bit of time to kind of sit on the idea, to process it. I've never really dealt with a convention quite like this, in that I'm not entirely sure how to process, or I'm not really sure fully how I feel about it. It's weird. I'm very conflicted, and usually I'm not. Like MegaCon, I did pretty poorly, and I don't plan on going back to MegaCon until I know that I'm a lot better than what I am, if that ever happens. And I've had small local ones. I've had just first year conventions and stuff that I've had fun with, and I can't fault them for what they are. But this one, okay, so the pros. It was a really cool event, like really cool. Just the inside, the setup, the low lighting, the oh, what's the word I'm looking for? So okay, the pros. It was a really cool event. Like, it was cool. I mean, even visually, it was cool. It's kind of low light in the main areas, with really cool like motif lighting and everything. My husband had a blast. He went there watching mostly a lot of Counter-Strike tournaments, and he loved it. He wants to go back. And it was a cool setup, you know. The booth spaces were very large. They were 8 by 10. They were like actual booth spaces, not like artist alley tables. So that was cool. Pipe and drapes, and we had trash cans. We had electricity and Wi-Fi offered to us for no extra charge. But that's a little bit debatable in that the price, but I'll get to that in a minute. Other pros. The crew was really cool. They were awesome. There were people going around throughout the entire time. For people who were solo booths, they'd ask, hey, do you need a break? Do you need to go to the bathroom? Are you good? Good. And so they came by pretty frequently, actually. I liked how it was run. There was a Discord server that we were in, and we got all of our information. We got our paperwork. We got everything we needed to basically be prepared all throughout the event, not just leading up to the day of. Like, that server kept busy throughout the entire event with updates, PSAs, things like that. So that was really cool. I haven't experienced that at all before, and I would like for more conventions to do that. And I met a lot of really cool artists, but I do at a lot of conventions. I like them. I met some new friends. Yay! The cons. I did not make back table. I was like $50 short of making back table. That was pretty bad, especially considering the volume of people that were in like the main area of the convention. The traffic coming through the artist alley was very light. The artist alley overall just kind of felt a bit like an afterthought, or definitely low priority, which from what I hear and what I've experienced with a lot of conventions, that's kind of always the case. And that really sucks. It just kind of felt like an afterthought in that we were charged. It was the booth, or the table fee, not booth, the table fee was $6.50. If you make an exclusive DreamHack, if you make an exclusive DreamHack piece, like I did this, it would go to $500. That still hurts. Especially knowing from what we heard from people who have done this show before, that the year before it was like $150. $150 to $500. That's insane. That's a whole other rant. Conventions deciding to up their prices unsustainably high. Anyway, so yeah. So not just the pricing though, the placement. I'd heard, well, we were in a completely different building apparently, from where they normally host it. We were in the Georgia World Congress Center or something like that, where I guess MomoCon is usually. I'm familiarizing myself with the Atlanta area events. But yeah, so I'd heard that in prior years the artist alley was more towards the front. Like, so people come in, they see that, and they're like, okay, cool, it's over here. This year, we were way in the back. This is the convention hall. No, this is the convention hall. Here's the entrance. Here's where all the cool stuff is. Here's where the vendors are. Here's where the artist alley is. So, it's a little rough. So, the foot traffic that came through was so light compared to just the population that was elsewhere in the building for the same event. And honestly, I heard someone else say it, and I agree. Some people were kind of befuddled with the idea of what goes on in the artist alley. I had a lot of people asking me. I've heard others were having people ask them, they're like, "Oh, you made this? You drew this?" It's not something that I'm used to at conventions. Most people know the artist alley. Yeah, we made it. So, I don't know. It was kind of a funny little experience overall. And then the other cons were more my problem, I guess, than the convention's problem, but it was still, a con against me, I guess. The drive and the hotel. I drove 5 hours from the Panhandle of Florida, and we stayed at, honestly, one of the lower priced hotels that I could find. And it was still, it still hurt. And knowing that I didn't make back table, knowing that I wasn't going to make back any of the lifts or the parking, knowing that I wouldn't make back the hotel. And yet, having said all of that, I kind of want to go back. They did send out a feedback form recently, and I filled it out, and the others said that if there was going to be a feedback form, they were going to fill it out, and they basically said that they were going to give feedback. I don't really know how, but we were all going to get feedback in some form or fashion. And if they do take into consideration the things that we brought up, I would be very interested in trying it again. I know I've heard that overall DreamHacks, especially the Atlanta one, isn't particularly profitable for artists. But I had fun overall, weirdly enough. And my husband had fun. So I would be interested in trying it again if they'd have me. And again, if maybe they take into consideration some of the feedback that we gave. That being said, that's all I got for now. I think my next convention is another small one. It's another local one. It's in Fort Walton. It's a really rad weekend. I don't know if I want to film that one or not. I might. It's a cool little convention. I've done it like 2 years already in a row. Yeah, it's a fun one. So, that being said, thanks for sticking around. Also, I started making shirts. Yeah, thanks for sticking around, and I will see you next time.